one that says bad motherfucker.
I got that.
That's right! You can't kill me, motherfuckers!
You thought the same thing I did. Like, there he is.
I tried it.
Yeah, these are all his older movies.
Look, man, it's a soundboard that was on my fucking phone.
English, motherfucker!
Do you speak it?
No, they didn't even finish it.
I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker.
Tell them again.
I like that motherfucker.
You owe me some money, motherfucker!
Whole lot of
You
money.
know all them motherfuckers is crooked as a barrel of snakes! You still motherfucking cracker, you know that, right?
I'm glad we are over 20 minutes into the video. Otherwise, has no chance in hell of getting monetized with all them motherfuckers in there. We got too many motherfuckers in here.
Didn't realize it's been more than 20 minutes.
Nice. Yeah, good. Segueing into what other blasphemous craziness did I have in mind for the show today? This might get cut into another video. Who knows?
I'm ready. This awkward pause is brought to you by
Snowflakes. They come from the sky, and they land on your tongue. And as they melt, you can taste the rainbow.
People still eat snow.
I think so. I believe so. I mean, it's available. It's a resource.
It's available.
It's a rare, renewable resource. Well, it's not that rare up north.
And I was gonna say, how renewable is it? I mean,
As long as it still gets cold.
well, yeah.
That'll last forever, right?
Warm.
We're not fucking up the planet.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The planet's fine. We're fucked. Monday night. Oh, that's last week's notes.
Oh man.
Snyder has dirt on Goodell.
Well,
I think it's the only way he stayed out of jail so far.
it's not just Goodell though. It's got to be other owners though, because he's a piece of shit. And I think most Washington fans can agree on that. He's a piece of shit, and you don't get to this level of piece of shitness without having skeletons on other people.
Yeah, hey, it quasi's back to the previous video's discussion about, businessmen and politicians. It's the same MO and same mindset of I'm going to fuck anybody and I'm going to get some dirt on who I can, who's going to get me to where I want to be. And then when the bottom falls out, I'm taking all you motherfuckers with me.
And that's what it's at. That's the point we're at right now.
Or I'm going to use whatever I have left to keep myself out of jail. And honestly, that's why I said that. That's why I led off with this is how else has he stayed out of jail this long? Well, and because he's not black, so that helps.
I mean, again, you can get away with a lot of shit when you have $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
You see all these lawsuits that he's got. He's skated on. I mean, the fucking Congress. I say, hey, Snyder, can you come in and testify? He's like, nah, I'm good.
I'm not gonna do that. I can't be bothered to do that
bro,
this evening.
You motherfuckers ain't got no teeth. Like,
I'm having tea with my daughter.
If you're not gonna fucking actually execute this motherfucker, you know?
Can any average day citizen start doing this with their subpoenas? I don't think so.
I'm sure they'll come get my ass.
The sheriff will be knocking. And then if the sheriff don't get me, somebody else will. I mean, with a badge.
A matter of time. But yet again, there's a different set of rules for the ruling class. So.
Jay Calfee, it says here that you did not reply to your subpoena. You did not show up. What do you have to say for yourself? Well, Your Honor, I was having tea with my daughter on the vignette, and I did not hear the sheriff knocking upon my door, and my butler never felt bothered to come get me, so I do apologize. Is there any way we could have this matter taking... Your Honor, Your Honor, I have to speak for my client here. Just take him to jail.
I mean, unless you had billions behind it, that's... Yeah. So, I mean, do I expect them to force him to sell? No, but it would be nice. I mean, that's all the league had taken a vote last week. It would be nice, but I don't expect it to happen. If it ever gets that bad, he'll just sell the team to his wife, who's a CEO of the team right now.
And how the fuck is that legal, man?
Again,
but I guess the dirt.
Class, man.
Yeah, I guess the dirt's not on her.
Well, you never know.
Yet.
You don't associate with that man for that long and not have some type of...
Right.
Like, it's got to be something.
Y'all never talked about nothing laying in bed?
Well,
This dickhead.
He might have been fucking the cheerleaders, so she didn't really lay in bed with him too much.
True, very true.
You never know.
I ain't been trying to fuck the cheerleaders. Let's be real.
I'm sure.
Now that's some of the non-consensual sex I'd be looking into. Ugly little bastard.
Yeah. I'm sure it happened.
You mean if I suck your dick, I'll get paid?
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say?
You didn't ask how much.
Yo, Dan Snyder seemed like the type of motherfucker to lie to you, but like cross his fingers or his toes.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yo, you an old bitch ass.
Or he would phrase it certain ways, like, so how much am I getting paid?
Technically,
a large
I didn't lie
sum.
to you. Technically, this motherfucker come out.
You'll be getting paid well.
With a bag full of pennies and shit.
Yeah.
It's got the dollar sign.
Like, well to who, motherfucker?
Yeah, but
who's another piece of shit we can talk about?
in sports or just in life?
Let's go anyway with it. This is video number 2.
I'm pretty sure this is the third one. Because I said number 2 on the last one, but didn't realize, like, you do record without me. Like, I was trying to hijack, your show into becoming my show. And that was unfair of me. So I would like to apologize.
Well, I made a mental note.
But you just fucked up and said this was episode 2, so this is actually episode 3.
Whatever, because I made a mental note to go back and cut at the 26-minute mark to make this 2 segments. So I don't know where you got 3 from.
It's like a separate video.
Yeah.
So this is actually episode 4.
Oh, you're talking about in the whole series.
I thought that's where we were going. Yeah. So we'll probably...
No, we lost track of that.
Okay, I got you.
Because I'm gonna be posting very sporadically.
Gotcha.
The goal is to be posting rapidly.
But it'll kind of be out of order when you post it.
Positive. It depends on how fucking slow YouTube is. YouTube, fix your shit. Because here's my side by
sponsors though. Like,
yes.
Fix your shit, but find sponsors.
Here's my side by side comparison, and I will let the fans in on this. The hour-long video that is on this channel took, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes to upload to YouTube. The 28-minute video took about 4 hours.
Ouch.
Now, I will admit there was a lot more editing that went into the 28-minute video as opposed to the hour-long video, which you would think it would be the other way around, I know. But I started learning some things. I started getting some tricky shit. So please go back and watch that video if you have the time. 28 minutes of your life that you probably won't regret. We'll leave it at that.
I mean, these days you can watch videos while, like, taking a shit or, like, dropping your kids off and trying to drown out their conversations. So just...
I myself use other YouTubers for background noise, so feel free to use me, folks. Us, I should say. Pardon me. I didn't forget you were here.
I mean, you're trying to take all the credit again. So it's just hard doing these podcasts and not getting paid, and just find us a sponsor, please.
Yeah, sponsor would be nice. On that note, I did watch. I did have more sports-related notes. Let me pull up my noteboard. Cronyism, fight it.
You're such a great activist.
Yeah. Jamar Chase out for 4 to 6 weeks. Hip injury. Think the Bengals are done? Oh, no. Think my Steelers have a chance for the playoffs now?
Just gonna let that linger. You can live with what you just said.
I'm dying because the look on your face pretty much is my answer.
I just let you live with it.
I ladies and gentlemen, you can't see the look on his face, but you can imagine it because you should probably have a similar look on your face when anyone ever says that. This year, anyway.
When
Not
people
ever.
say
this year.
Unreasonable shit, you just let them live with their words for a second. So you just had to eat that.
No, I think the Bengals do have a couple more losses because of this.
The bad thing about it is they started off the year, first couple weeks of the year, they were 30th in points allowed, or points scored, excuse me. And you think T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, there's no reason they shouldn't be in the top 5. And then the last 2 weeks, this past week, he had 481 yards against the Falcons, and he could have easily had over 500, 600 yards. Just the way they were marching down the field.
They started figuring it out.
Right. So it's unfortunate, the timing of it. The one thing I will say is this is going to help, T. Higgins increase his value because they're not going to be able to pay him next year. Praying that the Bears can, get up a second for him. But
Use one of those picks.
I guess I should look at their schedule before I say some reckless shit like, oh, I think they'll be fine, 5-0. But I think
I gotta look when we play. Yeah, pull up their schedule because I want to see when the Steelers have to deal with their shit again.
Without him,
I think to some degree they can too, because they do have a very. It's hard to say this as a Steelers fan. I have to say, but they have a solid team, even without one receiver. They're still a good team.
Definitely.
Still a team that can win some games.
Okay, they played the Browns Monday night on Halloween.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game.
The Browns have been bad this year. I mean, I'm sure once Sean gets back, they'll be okay, but they've been
worse than expected. But
okay, if you want to finish your thought, you can before I get into the schedule. Go ahead.
But I'd say that in the beginning, I thought they looked better than expected. They flip flopped.
Their next 3 games are winnable. Okay, we got the Browns,
Bengals against
Browns, Carolina, and Pittsburgh. Well, then they got a bye, and then Pittsburgh. That's 4 weeks right there, because you include the bye. So that's on the short end. Joe Burrow. Chase. Damn, I can't fucking talk. Jamar Chase will probably not be back in 4 weeks. I mean,
no.
So those are all winnable games. Then you got at Tennessee and at the Chiefs. He definitely needs to be back for the Chiefs game. It's gonna be a great game. But it's also one of those situations where if you can get decent production and you're still winning games, you don't want to rush him back because you're gonna need him for that playoff hunt. I mean, the AFC is gonna be a dogfight.
It might actually work out. I'm glad that my Steelers don't play the Bengals for another 2 weeks because another 3 weeks, pardon me. Because that means my Steelers can continue fucking up like we've been doing, and then by the time we get to the Bengals, that'll be about the time that they can start getting their shit together just to ruin their draft hopes.
All right, well.
Because I'm just
the battle for Pennsylvania this week with Philly.
Yeah.
Hopefully Robert Quinn goes out there and does his thing. Then you got a bye week. New Orleans, that's winnable. Cincinnati, we just talked about. Indianapolis, that's winnable. We can talk about that for a second if you don't have anything else to get into.
Yeah,
and then also at Atlanta. So
end of the year, our schedule's even kind of built for it, man. That we're gonna wind up with an 8-9 season or a 7-10.
There's winnable games in there, and you said it 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "No, you guys are bad." You're gonna do enough to just be around, and that's what you get from a coach like Tomlin. Tomlin is a great coach. Even when there's not a lot of talent on the roster, he's gonna get you the most out of that roster just because of the way he coaches, and the guys buy into it. And so, are you guys a good team? No. Are there good pieces on there to build around? Definitely. And so I think this is gonna be one of those years where it's like a 7-10. Do you think we should
draft another quarterback?
And that's the tough part because I think this class, there's at least 2 or 3 guys.
See, I don't watch enough college football, and that's my fault. But I've heard a lot about this
Bryce Young was
class.
the Heisman winner from last year at Alabama. He's a stud. C.J. Stroud is the next big thing. So
he won a Heisman in his junior year?
Sophomore
year.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, good
He's
for
nice.
him.
He's nice. Stroud is the bigger of the two. I'm trying to think who's faster. Bryce tries to hang in there a lot, but he can take off.
Random side trivia question. Sorry to cut you off.
Good.
Is it possible to win back-to-back Heismans?
Of course, it's happened twice.
Okay.
Damn it, I'm on the spot.
Put you on the spot.
One in the 80s.
My college football history is not that good.
And then, damn, Johnny didn't win 2. Johnny Manziel didn't win 2.
He didn't?
No. Griffin out of Ohio State won now. You're really gonna do this? We're gonna get that stat for you. Damn, it's like they knew. Archie Griffin. There we go.
Oh, okay. Yes. Wow. I knew. I should have spoke up because I did actually know Archie Griffin.
So yeah, no. Well, no, did it not happen twice? Okay, I know. Johnny Manziel was a finalist twice.
That's what I had heard then.
Mark Ingram won it, but he didn't win it twice. Okay, yeah, so Archie Griffin is the only one to ever win it.
Twice.
Yes. So yes, to answer your question, it's gonna be hard, and then Bryce Young also missed the game, so it's gonna be tough. But and then Will Levis, he's another good quarterback that they're ranking up there as a first round talent out of not Florida, Kentucky, excuse me. And then quarterback out of Tennessee's having a good year, and I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. But I don't know if he's so much like a first-round talent. So to answer your question, no. I don't think you should draft another quarterback. You did. You asked should draft a quarterback.
That question. Sorry.
I don't.
I thought you meant relating to the Heisman shit.
I don't unless you're in like the top 3.
Yeah, that'd be the hard part.
Yeah. But the way I feel about it is this: if the Bears somehow bottom out top 5 pick, you trade that and try to get, two good picks and, something else out of it. Because we're in a position where I don't think we need a quarterback. And there's going to be guys that are trying to trade up to get into that top 3, top 5. So it just kind of depends.
Segue into, have you seen any trailers for any Marvel movies that have piqued your interest lately?
I can't say I have. What about you?
I'm kind of curious about Wakanda Forever. I have very bad, how do I phrase this in a nice way? Okay, nothing against, I like the actor they cast for Namor. I wish he had hit the gym a little harder, maybe tried some steroids. I'm sorry, you're not you're not an athlete, so you can do some steroids and hit the gym, and it's legal. I mean, what the fuck?
Sure.
You're in an industry where your entire job is your image.
True.
You're bringing to life a comic book character. At least do that. My other gripe against the character that they're bringing to film is I love Namor from the comics, and I always kind of had a personal opinion, just my personal opinion, that he was more of Asian descent, maybe? But who the fuck knows, because it is under the sea. Then it's, Namor's from Atlantis, for those who don't know, so, who the fuck knows what actual heritage it would be. It's Atlantean. But what the movie has decided to do, Wakanda Forever, is to make it more Aztec-inspired, I'd say. And it kind of bothers me. Namor doesn't have a fucking headdress in the comics. Stop it. And the actor, please, why couldn't you just do a little steroids for me, man? Please. just a few more extra push-ups in the morning, something. Fuck. Eat your Wheaties.
I'm of the opinion, I don't feel like everything has to be based off of the comic or based off of the book. Whatever.
No, and that's fair.
And
it doesn't have to be, exact, look-alike.
I'm kind of indifferent to that. But, if this is a series that you follow, I can understand, you wanting it to be made, according to the book. But I'm one of those that's kind of like, I don't really get up in arms either way about it.
I was already set up to get up in arms about this anyway because they haven't done the mutants right in the MCU yet. And
Talk your shit, Jake.
This is going to be the second official mutant. Well, maybe third, because they did have Charles Xavier in Multiverse of Madness, and then they've made this bastardization. Yes, I fucking said it, people. Miss Marvel is not a mutant. She is a fucking Inhuman. That shit's different, and it didn't sell well as a comic book. And it didn't do well as a TV show, and that's why they decided to make her a mutant, because her show did well.
Third time's a charm, baby.
Right? Her show did well because it was catered towards kids. Surprise! Wow, nobody saw that coming. It did well. And then now she had to be a mutant. And I just make her an Inhuman. That's my thing against that. And then fans like me will be happy. But let me take a breath.
You're just getting started.
Then, Xavier's little cameo in Multiverse of Madness. They could have done more with that, but I understand why they didn't. They didn't, have the time or the budget, maybe. Well, maybe they had the budget, but they just didn't want to use it the way they could have. And then Namor. I mean, come on. Namor is a kick-ass character in the comics. Okay, so here's an example.
All right.
One version of Namor from another parallel Earth. There's a female, Namora.
Right.
In her universe,
she hot?
Yes.
Nice.
For being a blue chick, she's very hot.
All right. Well, blue man.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, the blue adds to it, but for some, it might not. I would definitely date a blue chick.
Date or fuck?
Both.
All right.
I mean,
like
fuck to date.
I think you gotta date to fuck. Is that how it works?
I mean, nowadays, I think you gotta fuck before you can date.
I just feel like, not to get off sidetrack, but we're off sidetrack for half a second. If you put like slime on her, does she turn? Like, what is that? Yellow? Yeah. Green and blue? Yellow.
Green and blue, yellow. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Not saying you should try it, but anyway, okay. So
I would definitely try it if I would talk
made her a chick, and then
so Namor in her reality, she got pissed off because the way the surface world us, everybody, all the humans had been treating the oceans. So she went through and killed everybody. I mean, all the superheroes. Captain America, Iron Man, the Hulk.
Not the way to go about
Doom.
climate change, but fuck.
She said, fuck it, I'm taking over. And she took over the planet. And that just, I bring that up to say that just goes to show you how powerful Namor as a character can potentially be. This is just one reality, and this is one that got a lot more pissed off than usual.
Right.
But Namor needs to have a little bit of, a little bit of that if he's going to be brought to the big screen. Use him. And then you can, hey, he goes that batshit crazy. He kills a big name character that wants, a big name actor in this case that wants to get out of doing MCU movies. Hey, this is a perfect time to get you out. Kill him off with Namor, and then try to reel in the audience by making Namor an anti-hero.
So are you trying to say he should have his own spin-off movie of down the road, or?
Well, he definitely should, and he still might if this does well enough.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and I'm just going off of the trailers here. I haven't seen the movie yet. I might have a different opinion in a week or two, but from what I've seen, they could have done more with him. I have heard rumors and suspicions. Spoilers if you don't want to know this shit. Fuck you.
Whoa.
Yeah, shots fired. I mean,
covered my ears, and now I just felt that one. Because I didn't want to know this shit, but now I got to know, so go ahead.
Dr. Doom is allegedly the big villain, and I fully support that, but Dr. Doom, you could have built up him the way they did Thanos, and Thanos took, 6-7 years before he saw anything. But I get we can't do that anymore. Audiences are not gonna,
Yeah. I wanted to ask you something along those lines, and now I forgot. Damn. But it was along the same...
Along the Marvel Bane?
Damn.
Because, I did finally watch, I watched the season finale of She-Hulk. Yes, I am that kind of comic book nerd. I watched the season finale first and then watched the rest. And the season finale was great. I don't know.
How do you do that? If you like the show, you're like, damn, this is a pretty good show. But you don't really know what the fuck is going on because you missed the first 10 episodes.
No, I can catch up pretty quick, and I may keep it up with spoilers.
Okay, so it's good enough to watch the show is what you're saying.
Yes, it's very good.
Right.
She-Hulk is very, very good. She-Hulk is probably honestly, She-Hulk is the second best show in my opinion behind Loki. And then WandaVision is behind She-Hulk now. I did have them the other way around. I did have it Loki, WandaVision, and then...
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that out. I've seen mixed reviews. And, again, I don't have enough of an opinion to sit here and be like, oh, well, this...
No, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot.